Today, parents are being arrested and investigated, having their children taken away because they choose to parent their children in a different manner than today's hovering style. Known as free range parenting, this form of child raising has been in the spotlight of an ever growing parenting debate. Let's take a look at what free range parenting actually is.
Free range parents believe in sort of the way children were raised in the 70s, to have some freedom. And freedom, they believe, builds self reliance and confidence and a sense of mastery and skills that their children will grow up and benefit from. So these free range parents, the parents that I've met who identify themselves as free range, are actually really thoughtful about how they're raising their children. They're not dropping them off in a park and saying to your kids, good luck, and running away. They are gradually teaching them. They're walking with them. They're observing them. They really intimately know their children's abilities, and then they let go.
As you can see, free range parenting is far different than the listless parenting found in The Body by Stephen King. In a novel where four whistle-stop boys dare each other across perilous train trestles on their way to find a dead body, an absence of parenting is sure to follow. However, many of the values the boys possess are in many ways due to the lack of parenting they experienced. Some of these values are analogous with the values of free-range parenting. In an article titled Pros and Cons of Free-Range Parenting, the pros include build self-confidence of the child, imbibe problem-solving skills very early in life, and promotes creativity and makes them more resourceful. All three of these skills are visible in the lives of the boys: Teddy's confidence in himself, Chris's peacemaking character, and Gordy's storytelling. These skills were all learned without the involvement of their parents, but perhaps could have been attained through more involved parenting, free-range parenting even. However, today's society tends to disagree.
The issue of parenting also made news outside of Washington, D.C. this week, literally just miles outside of it in suburban Silver Spring, Maryland, where two children, 10-year-old Rafi and his 6-year-old sister Devora, shown here with their parents, recently embarked on a mile-long Saturday afternoon walk from a local park to home, alone. They only made it about halfway. And no, this isn't a kidnapping story. The police picked them up after someone reported seeing the two children walking by themselves. Now the parents say they are being investigated by Child Protective Services for neglect as a result of that December 20th trek, again for allowing their kids to do this, to walk home by themselves. Their mom explained to NBC News correspondent Kristen Welker exactly why they did that.
They need to learn that, intangible thing we call street smarts, and the only place you can learn that is outside.
The family believes in what is known as free-range parenting, which emphasizes teaching self-reliance through allowing kids to venture out on their own. Or what it used to be called in the 70s, parenting.
What it used to be called in the 70s. It's extremely hard to precognize what could happen to our children without supervision. You may say that the world today is a far more dangerous place, especially for children. This is an ersatz notion. In fact, in a New York Times article about the legality of free-range parenting, author Clemens Wergan cited that the most recent in-depth study found that, in 1999, only 115 children nationwide were victims of a stereotypical kidnapping by a stranger. The overwhelming majority were abducted by a family member. That same year, 2,931 children under age 15 died as passengers in car accidents. Driving children around is statistically more dangerous than letting them roam freely. So, is free-range parenting really the great danger to our children's safety that we play it up to be? Should we not let our children saunter up to an afternoon matinee by themselves? Our children are not trundling beasts that require constant direction. They are fully capable of self-autonomy and should be trusted to act in such a manner. In a stunning act of brinkmanship, some families like the Métis are pushing the boundaries of law by practicing free-range parenting. Because of the reasons presented today, and many more, now is the perfect time to do so.